Welcome back to the New Omar podcast where football talks get real on every match preview, hot take, and reaction. Saban Todd Passion mixing it with analysis from the local pitches to the global stages. And if you also crave controversy, well, this is the kitchen where we'll cook and serve it best. So make it your home for football talk that never pulls its punches. Except that on this episode, if you're craving controversy, the stove is not working, so we will not be cooking. All right, we'll not be able to serve banter on this one. Um, but on a more serious note, congratulations to Burkina Faso on the win. They needed this result and they got it. So we really, we can only tip our hat off to them for a game that was well played. Okay, they came in, they played conservatively, and they got the results. It is what it is. Now here is why this is important, and I'm going to talk on this because it is important that we follow match day 10 because there's this bad second place teams. And remember, I kept saying, to make it to the next qualification stage, right? Like you wonder why that is the case. If you already know, okay. If you already plan to follow up, okay. If you already know, but you are not planning to follow up, well, I think, this side piece is for you because these best second place teams, right? There are four of them. And this group is really tight, is really close because there are other teams that are looking in. Currently, Gabon and Madagascar, they both have 19 points. The only difference is Gabon is ahead because they have a two-goal difference advantage. Burkina Faso and Cameroon, they're sitting third and fourth respectively as well. Both of them have 18 points. The only difference is Burkina Faso have a one-goal difference advantage over Cameroon. Now, DR Congo, they're sitting fifth, right? But they have a game in hand. They currently have 16 points. So if they could win against Togo, they will have 19 points, and that is going to affect the table, which means Cameroon is going to drop out of the top four temporarily. And this is why match the 10 is going to be very important because now you have teams that have teams that are having 18 points and 19 points, right? Now it's all about goal margins. So if you want to stay in here, you have to win. That is number one. All right. Now with the only 2 goal and 1 goal margins, now you have to win big. So this is why it is very, very, very important that you win bigly. Okay. So if you are not thinking to follow up, I will advise you to, and this is the reason why. All right. It is close. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be dramatic, and I am going to follow up. Let me get to the game. Remember when I previewed this game, I said Burkina Faso, they are going to play a conservative game, right? As much as they will want to win, but they will not want to lose this game at all. So I predicted them to set up in a 4-2-3-1. Well, they set up 4-1-4-1. So again, it was still a conservative approach regardless. And then I did say Sierra Leone, our chances, were very small. So, like, there's almost nothing at stake, right? So, I expected the boys to play freely, allow the game to come to them, and, just get into the game, get the feel of it, possess, dominate, just play freely. And they did exactly that. And they dominated the game, right? Possession, to, total shots, shots off target, on target, corners, and things like that. So, they played well. The only thing that was missing was we were not clinical enough. And then Lady Luck was also not with us. So, I mean, but it is what it is. We created chances after chances, especially in the second half, but we could not take advantage. In the first half, we had few. Burkina Faso also, they had their fair chances as well. Alhaji Cisse was massive, right? Especially, I think it was the first opening 3 minutes when he came up with a save. Another deflected shot that he had to, put over the bar for a corner and things like that. So both teams really played well. But like I had said, I did not expect any dramatic switch in intensity or momentum or things like that. It was, kind of a steady pace. Well, Leon Star kind of, flipped the switch a little bit, when they were trying to get that equalizer. But I think it played out, exactly the way, I predicted it. Well, for Leon Stars, that was the end of the road. I mean, sadly enough, we did not make it, but I do feel good for some reason, and that is because I am encouraged by the way we played, and the way we have been playing, right? It's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not a magic one. So Mohamed Kalon needs time, and with what I'm seeing, if he continues to be in charge, I do believe this team is going to get better. We have the core, we have the young players. We just need to expand our scouting and try to, bring other more players, encourage, competition, and at the end of the day, select the very best of the best. So I'm not gonna sit here and cry about any other thing else. We are on the right path. I mean, the only thing I would say is I regret the fact that we didn't have our fans, throughout these qualifications, because that was a big loss. That was a massive, massive loss. We all know what we can do as fans, right? We'll go to the stadiums, we support, right? We inject energy, we inject pace and stamina, speed in our players, right? We help them to focus mentally. So we're an important part, to the game. Well, the boys were missing that, and to be sincere, there could have been some results where, we could have flipped it, from a draw to a win, or for a loss to a draw or to a win, but it is what it is. And also the fans can also get in the heads of opponents, right? Like, just yell at them, scream at them, force them to make mistakes and things like that. But um that was the end of the road. I mean, we're not gonna complain about any other thing else, but we do miss the fans, and we hope that we can get the stadium up to standard, whatever that is.